Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel Scanner51 Gets Beat. I'm your host Scanner51. This is bonus round number 3 and we once again have a special guest back by popular demand, and by popular demand I mean 3 people now because apparently her grandmother watches the channel, and that is everyone's favorite, again, 3 people. Radiant Diamond, say hello please to the people. Hello, Radiant Diamond. How are you today?
I'm good.
I'm good. And why are we here today?
To talk about a controller.
And that would be your favorite controller, the N64 controller.
Dies.
The one, that was dramatic, the one you just used the other day on Super Smash Bros. 64. So, you don't like this controller?
No, I do not.
Why?
I don't like how we hold it like this. I think they're like very close to each other.
What is close to each other?
Explain. The legs.
So the prongs is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Prongies, yeah, whatever.
Okay, so this controller was released, again, you're 10. So yeah. I don't fault you for not liking this controller because it's Gen 1 3D gaming. So this is Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Kirby the Shards, and a bunch of racing games utilize this controller like it was going out of style even before when it was fresh in the market. So this controller comes out, is showed off in 95, comes out in 96, and it has the thumbstick. And so let's move this aside. I have the actual thumbstick right here, and that is what you don't like. Feel that.
That's a weird sound.
Now, in that thumbstick, it's all plastic. There are no metal pieces in this stick. It's all plastic. If we open this up, pop them screws out, you would find shards of plastic in there, because I'm pretty sure, even though mine are in very good condition and they snap back relatively well, even this one still snaps back relatively well, and the red one you used snaps back even better. You can test it on that Switch controller. You have it right there. It snaps back. In there is all metal. In there is all metal.
Sounds different than this one.
So, again, this is from 95, and you have to understand that at one point we were playing with this.
That one looks way better. That is
a replica, the wireless, brand new replica of the NES. So feel how that is, now with the D-pad.
I like this one more than that one.
Do you mind the sharp edges to it? There's people that don't like those sharp edges.
They're sharp?
Well, they're right angles. Yeah, they're right angled.
Yes, they are right angled.
I mean,
but
compared...
they're smooth.
True. Compared to what we then got with the Super NES.
Okay,
our 4 face buttons, which you like. You like our 4 face buttons because that's what you're used to.
Your local 4 buttons.
Yes. Again, you're 10 years old. I don't fault you for not liking this controller. The in thing to do right now on YouTube and on Twitter and everywhere else is to not like this controller because of how it is. I mean, it's just, it's of its time. You know, this is, again, Gen 1, this comes out, is shown in 95, comes out in 96. The year later, Sony, for the PlayStation, has their own stick controller.
Sony owns PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Sega, the other company, comes out with their own, with the Dreamcast.
What's that?
Another company that no longer exists and makes consoles. Who guess who lost that war?
Okay.
So, I got this stick from my black controller here. I modded it to fit. Yeah, I modded it to fit the Nintendo Switch because now it is wireless.
So it can be controlled with this.
Yeah, and it can feel that thumbstick.
I like this one. It's a lot smoother.
That right there is modern technology, modern sensibility mixed in with something from 1996.
Because this one, it has kind of like, it's kind of like a few centimeters deep. This one is just like a ball.
It's right there.
A
it's
ball
right
at
on
the
there.
end.
And
this
that
one also has a stick. This one has, looks like a mushroom.
Very good. So this stick right here, which is, again, I modded it because you can't play GoldenEye on Switch Online with the Pro Controller. It's not possible.
What's the Pro Controller?
Our lovely Pro Controller right here.
It's
our lovely controller.
It's the logo.
Yes. Kind of like the logo we use. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's just a purple diamond.
This is what comes after the N64, which I think is the best controller ever.
It's small.
This is the Wavebird for the GameCube. This is their wireless controller. Fill that one. You've used this one in the past, not a lot though. We're getting to what the Pro Controller looks like almost. You have your thumbsticks where they should be. You have your face buttons, except the 4 face buttons here are slightly different.
They're not circles.
You know. They call them the kidney buttons. They collect kidneys. Bigger A button, bigger, smaller B button.
Okay.
This is still preferred to for Smash. The Smash Brothers players prefer this controller over any other controller because it's just what they're used to. But again, the stick is basically what I modded after is this stick right here. Snaps back perfectly. In this controller, metal parts.
Looks like the same one.
In this controller, metal parts.
Smooth.
In this controller, metal parts. And once again, in this controller, plastic parts.
Your local plastic.
They didn't know what they were doing, I guess you could say. In hindsight, which I'm not a big fan of.
What's that?
Hindsight is when you look back at things in the past and think about things, how they correlate with the future. So you compare the things even though you shouldn't. People look at this controller as if it's 2023, 24, and like, oh, well, this controller is bad because
it's old.
It's old, you know. But again, in '96, this was the shit. This was moving Mario in a 3D world. You were jumping diagonal. You were moving Link in circles. It was no more top-down Zelda view. This was camera behind Link, following him, swinging a sword.
Before, it was 2D. Right?
Yes. Legend of Zelda was top, looking down from the above. And Mario was side.
It was from kind of like Flappy Bird.
Yes. Mario was done left to right, and you use
down
this
buttons.
D-pad.
Down buttons didn't exist.
Well, he fell. You could fall faster with the down button.
Why?
And stuff. But without this, we're still using this. When the first PlayStation came out, it was with a D-pad, and it had 4 face buttons like these.
Why is it called a D-pad?
Directional pad.
Oh.
They owned the copyright to it for many years until they finally gave it up so everyone else could have a better D-pad, and they still can't make a decent one. The other companies, that is.
For the normal Nintendo Switch, bring it over. Change of music, yay.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a D-pad.
Well,
it only has buttons.
Technically speaking, that's a D-pad right there.
It kind of does, but they're not connected.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, you don't like it.
No.
You have used it twice now. You used it for Mario Kart. Your biggest complaint from Mario Kart was what?
I couldn't steer. I kept going backwards.
Now,
I'm just bad at steering.
I think that's more of the game, the way the game is programmed, than it is the controller. That's what I happen to think it is, but I could be wrong. Again, who knows? Maybe it would be better with the D-pad. Who knows? We'll never know because they don't design the game that way. Did you have fun using it with Smash Brothers?
It was...
Knowing that in the previous Smash Brothers we played, you used...
That's the new one, right?
Yeah, the newer one. You used the regular thumbstick. You were playing it like that, but this one, again, you're holding it. You told me when we were playing you had a problem with the buttons.
Yes.
The way the buttons were laid out. What is your problem with the buttons?
how there are 6. I only like how there's 4 because on the normal Switch, these two for Smash are jump buttons, and these two are attack. I don't like how all of these are only jump, and these two are attack.
Okay. So you like that 4-button layout like we've had since the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that's how, again, the Switch is, and the Pro Controllers are like that, and the GameCube is like that, just not set up in that cross pattern and stuff. So, well, do you have anything else to add? I mean, I know you don't like the controller. Can you forgive it for what it is? It's of its time. Can you not be that I don't know, over the top angry YouTuber who's like screw this controller, it's trash, I don't like it, I never liked it. Let me tell, I'm gonna get real close right here, and I'm gonna tell you something. Come here, Radient Diamond. I want you to listen to me real carefully, okay? Every YouTuber who comes on here and says, I hate this controller, at one point loved this controller more than their family. They loved it more than their girlfriend. They loved it more than their wife. They loved it more than their children, more than their future children, more than their future job, life, whatever. They loved this controller at one point in 1996, 1997, more than life itself. And they're lying to you right now. That's the problem with these YouTubers who come on here and shit on this controller. It's the second greatest controller ever. Plain and simple.
What's the first one?
First one? Simple. Wavebird.
No.
Greatest controller ever made.
I object.
No.
I think it's the Nintendo Switch one.
This controller.
It's not even a controller.
This controller. And you take them off and put them in the dog ears. This controller is the perfect balance controller.
I object.
That's why it's still used. You
I like that one.
This is not.
You know, the red and black one. The one that looks like the logo.
Bro, that's fine. Don't care.
What do you mean it's fine?
Boom. Second greatest. Greatest.
No,
right there.
I object.
1, 2. 1, 2.
What's number
1,
3?
2. Number 3.
There's normally top 3.
3, right there.
I
There's your
agree with
third
you
favorite
then.
right there. I just used it last night or the other night. It still works great.
I object still. I think the Nintendo Switch ones, you know, on the dog ears are the best.
Which is basically a Pro controller.
Yes.
Okay. You're 10. You grew up on that. You grew up, I mean, you're 10. The Switch is 7 years old. It comes out when you're 3. That's all you've been playing. Yeah, that's all you've been playing your whole life is basically the Switch layout.
Yay.
You know, yeah, you've played
Is that good?
You've played with the Wavebird controller, you know, a few times. When we were playing on the Wii, playing SmashBros on it before we got the Switch. That's how we were playing it. So yeah, it's all right, you know. You grew up on the Switch. I got no problem with it. You grew up on a Pro controller layout. I got no problem with that. So, okay. Well, that's it. We're going to end that there. She wanted to rant and rave. I wanted to hear what a 10-year-old had to say about a 20
old controller.
15-plus-year-old controller. I think it's better coming from her than it is some other 41-year-old YouTuber like me who is going to sit there and just shit on the poor controller when it doesn't deserve the hate it gets. This is a great controller, but this is a better controller. No. Everyone knows it.
No.
They're just not willing to admit it. Simple as that. So, do you have anything else you want to add? Real quick. Do you want to do what you want to do?
I want my own episode.
You want your own episode.
I want to play Just Dance.
You want me to purchase Just Dance.
Yeah.
So you can play Just Dance.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to end it there. I don't want to entertain this at this rate. I don't know if she's going to come back on this show. Are you going to come back?
Wait, one last thing.
Okay,
if we can't use Just Dance, can we do Mario Kart but Hello Kitty?
Oh, the Hello Kitty racing
game?
We can do that.
Yay!
All right. So, I'm Scanner51. This is my semi-sidekick, Radient Diamond,
Bestie.
Who's only back by popular demand of 3 people now.
Yay.
You gonna come back on the show?
Yes, I am, and I always will.
Okay. Again, We're done. We're done.
Wait, can I do ASMR?
Oh, God. Fine.
ASMR.
I hate this generation. I truly hate. I hate this generation.
ASMR.
Stop. Stop.
It's the best.
Go away.
No.
Go away. I'm Scanner51. Don't get beat. I don't know if she's going to come back at this rate.
No, I will. I have to. They want me to come back.
There's no they.
Yes, there is.
There's no they.
Yes, there
It's three
is.
people.
What are you talking about? It's 300.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
You're so extra. Crab walking. He's crab walking away.
Walks away, aesthetically.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Walks away coolly. It's the same thing, I guess. I don't know.